Can you get severance if you quit? Alberta Employment Law Explained. If you're thinking about quitting your job in Alberta, you might wonder, do you qualify for severance pay? The simple answer is usually no. When you quit voluntarily, the employment contract ends by your choice. That means you're typically not entitled to severance or reasonable notice. But there are important exceptions to know about. First, if your employer fires you without cause and without proper notice or severance, you have the right to seek severance pay. Alberta law requires employers to provide a minimum level of severance in these cases. Second, there's something called constructive dismissal. This happens when your employer makes major changes to your job, like cutting your pay, changing your hours, or moving your location without your consent. If these changes leave you no reasonable choice but to resign, you may be entitled to severance. The same applies if you're forced to quit due to a toxic work environment. So, what should you do if your job changes significantly? Don't rush to quit. It's best to talk first with your employer. If that doesn't help, seek advice from an experienced employment lawyer. Continuing to work might be seen as accepting the changes, which could weaken your case later, but quitting without legal advice can also be risky. If your employer pressures you to resign to avoid paying severance, that's called wrongful dismissal. Always document any such requests and get legal help. Now about severance pay itself. Alberta's Employment Standards Code sets minimum severance amounts based on how long you've worked. If you've worked between 90 days and 2 years, you'll get 1 week's notice or severance pay. 2 to 4 years, 2 weeks notice or severance pay. 4 to 6 years, 4 weeks notice or severance pay. 6 to 8 years, 5 weeks notice or severance pay. 8 to 10 years, 6 weeks notice or severance pay. And finally, over 10 years, 8 weeks of notice or severance pay. Keep in mind, these are just minimums. Common law can entitle you to more depending on your age, position, salary, and other factors like bonuses or benefits. If you're unsure about your severance rights, or if an offer from your employer seems low, consult a lawyer before signing anything. You might have a wrongful dismissal claim if you're being underpaid. For anyone in Alberta facing these issues, an employment lawyer can help clarify your rights and guide you through the process. At Taylor Janis Workplace Law, we serve the entire provinces of Alberta and BC with multiple offices where we're able to meet in person or virtually. Click the Get Help link in the description for our dedicated intake form to help you get the ball rolling. Our intake team will review your specific case and advise you on the next steps to take. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. If you're interested in learning more about employment law, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.